Okay. Here. Okay. So quick things about the colon. So the colon, we use the colon in like two major ways. Is like when you're starting a list. It's like let's see. I need to think about this. There are many methods of air transportation, and then I'd say planes, helicopters, and hot air balloons. Hot air balloons. Right. So this is one way you would use the colon. So it's to start off a list. If you have a colon, you could start off a list. So I've got many methods of air transportation, and that's going to be planes, helicopters, and hot air balloons. That's one way. Okay. And we have to make sure that whenever you're using this colon, the thing behind the colon is the independent clause. So this should be a sentence. Okay. So when I say there are many methods of air transportation, that should be an independent clause, which it is. It could stand on its own as a sentence. So that's the one thing people mess up about a colon. That the thing before, they don't know that it has to be an independent clause. But make sure that whatever you say before the colon is an independent clause. The thing after doesn't have to be an independent clause. Okay. And another way a colon could be used is for emphasis. Like, let's see. Let's see. Jerry's day was a disaster in his company. In his company. He was a disaster. He was fired. So over here we are using it as an emphasis. We're saying Jerry's day was a disaster. So that's just like an independent clause. And then so the second part could be an independent clause or doesn't have to be, okay? But when we say he was fired, this shows why Jerry's day was a disaster. It's a greater emphasis. Okay. So it adds extra information about what we just said. So we use colons in two ways, either to start a list or to add emphasis. Hyphen, okay. Hyphens you wouldn't really use. I mean, actually you would use on the SAT. But hyphens or if you want to combine two words, usually it's for combining two words. It's like I don't know. What is connected by? When I want to connect two words together, like I don't know. Let's say. I don't really remember. I mean, I know. So hyphens, it's like for compound words. There's certain words that will require them. Let's see. Hyphenated words. I need to see an example. I mean, like, I need to show you an example. I can't pull off one off the top of my head. So we need, here, yes. So like 50-50, right? I'd use a hyphen 50-50, close. So you use hyphens when you want to combine two words. Okay. When you need to combine two words, you would use a hyphen. Okay. Hyphens in a sentence? Or do you mean dashes? They're two different. Dashes? Okay. I'll go over. So, okay, hyphens in a sentence. I'll go for dashes. I mean, hyphens and dash. So, there's one way when you use hyphen in a sentence. It's like Jerry, like, say if I said he was a very intelligent person, right? And say if I didn't have enough space to finish this word intelligent, I could say intelli hyphen gent, right? That's one way you could use it. So if I don't have enough space left, you just do a hyphen and to show that these two words are connected. So it's actually intelligent. That's one way. That's the way you'd use hyphens in a sentence. Now dashes work like parentheses. Okay, so if I'm adding extra information or if I want emphasis. So that's one way they're different from parentheses when I'm adding emphasis, but when I'm adding extra information, they work exactly like parentheses. Like if I said he was and let's see. And the information doesn't really have to be related when you have the dash. Let's see if there's a dash somewhere here. Here. Right over here. So this is a dash. So the difference between a dash and hyphen, hyphens are smaller, dashes are longer. Okay. Dashes are longer than hyphens. So that's the visual difference. And oh yeah, you see how we're using a hyphen over here to connect two words. So that's how they're using a hyphen in the thing. And now we have oh, this should be N. So for 35 is B. Okay, so there's a hyphen over here too. The answer to 35. Okay, so indeed, works of art, the images of dog playing poker. So we see how this word popularized in a series of paintings. Kind of a removable phrase, right? But playing poker may be the first and the only thing that. So that's a removable phrase. But when we add this hyphen, you might say it works like commas, but unlike commas, you see how this popularized in a series of painting by C.M. Coolidge, right? It's loosely related. It's not really related, but it's kind of related to the point. Okay. Like they bring up American artist C.M. Coolidge, even though he doesn't actually have any significance in the passage. They're just bringing this up to connect some very loosely related information into the sentence. So that's how to use dashes. Okay. Something that's not really related, if you want to bring up, you would include dashes in it. So that's what they're doing. And its dashes work like commas and parentheses. You need two dashes when separating these important words. Like say if I have something, then you need two dashes. Or usually if the phrase itself is the end of the sentence, it'd be dash and a period. But that's only if this, let's say if this phrase was the end of the sentence, then I'd use dashes. If there's a period right here, then I only use one dash. Okay. But usually you want to use two dashes. So that's why I said the answer for 35 was B, because I saw we needed another dash. Okay. Yeah, the dashes are longer visually. So you can see the difference here, right? This dash is longer than this hyphen, right? Okay, cool. Any other questions? Got it? Okay, cool. So if they are no other questions, then I'll end today's session, if that's okay with you guys. Okay, bye.